I had a nightmare about Oscar the Grouch. At the edge of a construction site, there stood a row of porta-potties, each more weathered than the last. One in particular was avoided by everyone. It was old, grimy, and according to the workers, cursed. They called it the Grouch's lair, and everyone swore something lived inside it. Greg, a new hire, knew nothing about the site's eerie reputation. One scorching afternoon, desperate to use the bathroom and seeing the other stalls occupied, he spotted the infamous porta-potty at the end of the row. "Hey man, don't go in there," warned Frank, one of the older workers. Greg laughed. "What? You scared of a porta-potty?" Frank's face darkened. "I'm telling you, it's not right. No one uses that one. Just wait." Greg, eager to prove himself, shrugged off the warning and headed toward it. The stench hit him before he even opened the door, a nauseating mix of rot and filth. But he pushed through, grabbed the handle, and yanked it open. Inside, the stall was darker than it should have been, a shadowy pit of foul air and grime. But what caught Greg's attention immediately wasn't the filth. It was the figure sitting inside. He blinked, eyes adjusting to the gloom, and there, in the small, disgusting space, sat a green, furry creature. It was Oscar the Grouch, but not like the one from TV. This Oscar was bigger, his fur slick with grease and dirt, his eyes glowing a sickly yellow. His smile revealed sharp, jagged teeth. Greg froze, his brain struggling to process what he was seeing. "Shut the door," Oscar growled, his voice a low rumble. Greg stood there dumbfounded. "What the hell?" Oscar's grin widened, his teeth glinting in the dim light. "Don't act surprised, kid. You've seen me before, only this time you're the trash." Before Greg could move, the porta-potty door slammed shut behind him, trapping him inside with the grotesque monster. The walls seemed to close in and the foul stench grew stronger, choking the air. Oscar rose from the toilet, his body towering over Greg, fur dripping with filth. His long, clawed hands reached out, grabbing Greg by the arm. The grip was cold, slimy, and impossibly strong. Greg struggled, trying to yank his arm free, but Oscar's claws dug into his skin, drawing blood. "Get off me!" he yelled, kicking at the furry monster, but his foot barely made contact before Oscar yanked him closer, dragging him toward the toilet. Oscar's voice lowered to a whisper, inches from Greg's face. "You came to the wrong place, pal. Now you're part of the garbage." With a sickening laugh, Oscar's grip tightened, and he shoved Greg toward the gaping toilet bowl. It wasn't just a toilet anymore. It was a swirling black pit, pulsing with a sickly green glow. Greg's heart pounded as his feet were sucked into the darkness, the void beneath him pulling him down. "No, please!" Greg screamed, clawing at the walls, but it was no use. Oscar's strength was inhuman, his grip unrelenting. With a final, brutal push, Oscar forced Greg's body into the black hole, dragging him into the depths of the filth and waste. The last thing Greg saw was Oscar's twisted grin, his sharp teeth gleaming in the darkness. "Welcome to the trash heap, kid." The toilet lid slammed shut with a deafening bang, and the porta-potty fell silent. The next morning, when Greg didn't show up for work, the foreman asked around, but no one had seen him. His car was still in the lot, his tools left behind, but Greg had vanished without a trace. No one dared check the porta-potty at the far end. From that day on, it remained untouched, except for the occasional soft growl or the faint, eerie sound of laughter coming from inside. The workers knew better than to get too close. After all, Oscar the Grouch didn't just live in the trash, he fed on it. And now, Greg was just another part of his collection,